Hey everybody!
Hello!
Three good nerds here. We're going on an adventure to get Logan Stankoven's autograph.
Who's?
Logan Stankoven.
Stankoven?
Stankoven. I don't know where he's from. He's pretty young. He was in the Stars farm system most of last year. I think he played like 20 games or something. So pretty much a rookie. He's just a baby. He's like 21, 22. He's just a baby. But gonna go get autographs. We haven't done autographs in a while, so kind of excited. So
here we go.
Stay tuned. Hey everybody, we just got home doing a quick wrap up for our adventure today. The kiddo's doing something in his room, and then the wife is not feeling great. So here's how it went. So we went to a place called Sneaker Haven, which is for sneakerheads. They got a bunch of really rad shoes. We usually buy something everywhere we go. We did not this time because the shoes are very nice, but I'm not a big sneakerhead, and so I have a hard time paying some of those prices. But it was a cool shop. They had a lot of cool stuff to look at. But we didn't pick up anything this time. But the guys that worked there were very, very nice. The actual event was just fine. So we got there and it took us 30 or so minutes to get there. Normal Dallas traffic. It may have been a little bit longer. By the time we got there about an hour and 45 minutes early. Went down there to make sure everything was still go, and I think we were the first ones there. So they're like, "Yeah, he's still coming, but it's going to be 2 o'clock until he gets here." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I looked at the wife and the kid. I'm like, "Hey, we got time." So we walked around. It's an outdoor mall type of place. It's kind of an upscale place where they have really nice apartments built in, the commercial / residential mix thing. So we walked around to see what restaurants they had. They have a cool independent movie theater, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I digress. So a bunch of little random restaurants. There was one called, I already forgot what it was called, but it's like Fancy Grilled Cheese is like what it is. But they have other stuff too, but that's their thing. They do fancy grilled cheese sandwiches. And so we're like, oh, should we go? Well, we don't know when we're going to need to jump in line. So we decided to go to a Starbucks that was diagonally, and you could still see the shop there. So we went over to Starbucks, and my son got a drink and then a little something to snack on. And then my wife got something. She didn't care for it. It was something that she normally got, but she's like, it doesn't taste right. And sat there for a while. So the line didn't even start forming until about 45 minutes before we were going to get there. So, we sat in that Starbucks for probably 40 minutes. I could just feel my wife going, I'm hungry. Why are we sitting in Starbucks? I know. So I was like, okay, I tell you what, I'm going to go stand in line. You guys run to the grilled cheese place and just come back when it gets closer. And so they went over there, and instead they got appetizers, which looked really good. And they just brought them back in line because the guy, Stanky, got there early. So apparently he got there 30 minutes early and then was shopping. He got to do private shopping, which would have been really cool before he did the autograph thing. I was like, ooh, how does that work? It's like, this is what I normally charge for my autographs, but I'll take a trade. Maybe that's how that worked. Anyway, it was a cool shop, like I said. So I was like, hey, he's here already. I don't know if they're going to start early, which would have been really unusual. But the fact that he was there early or on time is actually unusual too. So they came out with their appetizers. My wife got this bowl of tomato soup, and it's like a grilled cheese sandwich, but it's been she says fried real fast. Not like a hard, so it was kind of really crunchy on the outside, and they chopped it up. So it was like grilled cheese bites, and you dipped it into your tomato soup, and it smelled amazing. And then got some French fries just to snack on while we're in line. And then it wasn't a hot day, but it started to get warm, and we were standing directly in the sun. So her stomach started feeling rough. That she says it was probably from the Starbucks, and then sitting in the sun. And then, so after being in line for 30 minutes or so, she was about done. She's like, I'm just ready to be done. And thankfully, when it was time to start the autograph thing, it went real quick. We went in. We got three pucks signed. Very cool. And that's it. I think it was, I didn't even ask. Well, I think it was one per. He was a nice kid. Yeah, it was real fast once we got through it. And then when we got out, I was like, hey, do you want to go back to that restaurant? And the wife was like, take me home. It's like, okay. So I think she had enough for sure. And so we just came straight home, and here we are. So all in all, I don't know what time it is. It is 3:00 on Sunday afternoon, which meant this was about a 4-hour adventure between the travel and the waiting and stuff. If you haven't done like signings like this, it's hard to gauge what time you actually need to get there so you can get in line, because they'll only sign either for a certain amount of time or for a certain amount of people. And you never know. Like this time, I made sure that I brought a paint pen because he didn't have any. All he had was black Sharpies. And he didn't have anything else to sign. So he didn't. Sometimes they'll have 8x10s or something they'll sign for you, or some kind of promotional thing. None of that. So if I hadn't brought my own pen, it would have been this with like a black Sharpie, and that would have looked terrible. So note to self, or note to other people who are just getting into this, make sure you have all your supplies. Hold on a second. I have one of these. And so it's just a little zip at the top. It closes, but I keep stuff in here. So like on this one, I had a bunch of pucks in here. I keep this cardboard just to keep it stiff. And I carry little page protectors. And that's because if he was signing promos, I always like kind of let it dry, and then I put it in the page protector, and then I put it back in here. But this keeps everything consolidated. I'll keep my pens and stuff in here. You can also throw your phone in there if you want, or your keys. This little thing is really nice to have, especially if you're not bringing like a backpack or anything like that. I suggest doing that so you don't have something in your hands the whole time. I know this is in your hands, but like when I was standing in line, I just set it down between my legs, and it set up nice. Didn't even mess with it. So if you're just getting into this, make sure that you have everything you need, because it's not always a guarantee that they will have anything. Bring extra cards. If you bring cards, make sure to have some like loose protectors and penny sleeves, any pens you need, anything like that. But yeah, so that was my day. It was super fun. I mean, I haven't got to do an autograph thing in a little minute, so that was cool. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
Whether you think you're a nerd or not, why don't you just come down here and join us, okay? Come on.